Ever noticed how under the accusing eye of the law, the most innocent look the most guilty? You suppose it's one of us they're looking for? How about them? No, I guess the only thing they'd be guilty of is breaking someone's heart. He looks guilty enough. Too guilty. Likewise, his friend. Innocence personified. My money's on him. I hate to say it, looks as if I was right. You know, such a scene is not uncommon in present-day Paris. Oh, it's still gay here and chic. But underneath the facade of gaiety, there simmers a brew of political unrest.
Hello, darling. I'm sorry to keep you waiting.
It's always a pleasure to wait for you.
When I saw them arresting that man, I thought it was you.
Oh, charming.
What was happening?
I've no idea.
You've no idea.
Oh, why should I?
But you're Simon Templar. Monsieur Beaugrelais, good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome home.
Thank you. Is he in?
Yes.
Good morning, Andre.
Jean. Well, how was Berlin?
Oh, a big order from Stademann, and Kleiner took 1,000 cases.
Excellent.
Anything new here?
Nothing. Except that Simon Templar is here in Paris. You've heard Juliet speak of him, huh? We're having dinner tonight. Would you care to join us?
Oh, not tonight, Andre. I am tired. And a load of paperwork. Oh, incidentally, Kleiner is building a supermarket, American style, around the corner from the Imperator, and...
Excuse me, a gentleman for Monsieur Jean.
Who?
He refused to say, monsieur.
Excuse me.
We can talk later.
Yes.
But he is gone, monsieur. Only a moment ago, he stood right here. Perhaps he...
It is all right. I expect a friend. Major Quintana,
You are not expecting me, I know. You thought I would sit in Algiers forever?
Of course not. But, Major, these things take time.
Ordinarily, I would employ you only to clean my boots. But I needed agents quickly, and you were willing. So against my better judgment, I entrusted you with bearer bonds, which are not traceable, and which can be used easily by the man in possession of them.
But surely you are not suggesting that
I am suggesting that you are certainly inefficient and possibly a thief.
Well, that is untrue and unjust.
Is it?
You know it is.
I have a man in London, one in Rome, and one in New York. To date, each one of them has sent me the equivalent of 300,000 United States dollars. You have sent 20,000. Why?
Well, Louis, the
Major to you.
You know as well as I do.
Don't tell me what I know.
I am sorry.
You care nothing about Algeria, just about yourself.
Major, by the day after tomorrow, at the latest, a Berlin businessman will pay me for $200,000 worth. You have no reason to suspect or be alarmed.
Jean Beaugrenet, I am never alarmed.
You will have a payment within 48 hours.
I hope so for your sake. Because we have ways of dealing with people who betray us.
Air France, I want to book a passage as soon as possible, and no later than midnight, for Buenos Aires.
Simon, it makes no difference to Andre or me. Well, give me the exact address.
53 Rue Saint-Sulpice. No, an artist friend of mine's gone out of town. She loaned me a studio for a while. Has to be seen to be believed.
What time?
Oh, about 6?
Good. We'll see you then. Goodbye, Simon. Jean.
Juliet.
Jean, you look ill.
No, just tired after my trip.
Well, I'll leave you to get on with your work. Andre, I'm going to be busy this afternoon. Suppose I meet you at Simon.
I'll be there.
No, goodbye. Goodbye. Do take care of yourself.
I will. Goodbye. Would you sign this, Andre? My expenses on the Berlin trip.
Only 500 francs.
Stademan took me to dinner. Kleiner brought my lunch.
Very economical of you.
I have some calls to make today. I may not be back.
Very well. I'll see you in the morning.
Right.
And mind you get a good night's sleep.
Thank you.
$350, 400,000. 450, 500,000.
Thank you. It is for a large order, which, if we pay in cash, gives us a 25% discount.
Is there anything else before I go, monsieur?
No, thank you.
Then bonsoir.
Bonsoir. Hello?
Hello? Monsieur Griot?
Oh, yes, Griot speaking.
In the last mail this evening, there is a check for 2,000 francs to Au Printemps. Added to Monsieur Bourrenet's withdrawal of 500,000 francs this morning, your account is now 210 francs overdrawn.
But I do not understand. Monsieur Bourgrenet's check was for 500 francs.
No, monsieur. The withdrawal was for 500,000.
500,000? You are certain there has not been some mistake on the part of the bank?
No mistake. I have the check in front of me.
Yes, I see. Thank you, goodbye. Thank you, Marie. Is Monsieur Bourgogne at home?
Why, no, Monsieur Griot.
You've heard from him. He has perhaps telephoned.
No?
Where did you last see him?
Around 12 o'clock when he came home for lunch.
For lunch. He does that often.
Oh, yes, monsieur. With his diet, it's easier than a restaurant.
I see. And after lunch?
I assume he returned to his office. Well, monsieur, is there something wrong?
No, Marie. But if you don't mind, I'll wait.
Of course, Monsieur Rio. Make yourself comfortable.
Thank you.
Well,
Thanks.
to a long life.
And a happy one.
How's the job going?
The same. Designing clothes in Paris makes jungle warfare look like fun.
But you enjoy it.
I enjoy it in the morning. By the end of the day, I wish to take the entire business and shove it up the Eiffel Tower. What can be keeping Andre?
It's after 7, Monsieur Criot. Is there anything else you want?
No, Marie, thank you. You go along home.
Good night, Monsieur.
Good night. Oh, Marie.
Yes?
A moment. When Monsieur Bougrenet came home for lunch today, did he bring his briefcase with him?
Briefcase?
Yes, there were some very important papers in it that I need.
I'm not sure. Yes, I believe he did.
Ah, and when he left again after lunch, did he take it with him?
I did not notice. I'm sorry, Monsieur. Is something the matter?
Yes, I'm afraid so. He drew 500,000 francs from our account this morning.
500,000 francs?
Yes.
But why?
That's what I'd like to know.
This money, you don't think that Monsieur Bougrenet...
No, Marie, I'm sure there must be some perfectly logical explanation. All right, you go along home, Marie.
Yes, Monsieur. Good night.
Good night, Marie.
You cannot be absolutely sure of the Bougrenet.
He is a traitor.
But you have no proof.
The proof exists. It needs only to be found. I tell you, Pierre, it is an instinct. One learns about men from experience. Bougrenet cares nothing about Algeria.
Major Quintana, I was not expecting you.
I know, you'll never expect me. But I have the instinct to appear whenever I smell treachery.
Treachery? But I told you this morning you will have a payment within 48 hours.
Bougrenet, I am disposing of your services.
But why?
Innocent, isn't he?
As a child.
Major Quintana, I resent your attitude.
You hear that?
He resents you, the olive salesman.
You resent me? You, who grow rich from the earth of my country? You resent me? You, to whom the silhouette of France is a withered old crone, you resent me?
But I do not know what it is you want. I do everything you ask. I sell the bonds.
Then where is the money?
But I told you.
I no longer believe anything you tell me.
But why? What have I done?
Nothing! That is the trouble. You have done nothing. You go from the comfortable security of your apartment to your fat account books in your office. And on the way, you pat yourself on the back because you think you are working for us. You are working for nobody but you. At a time when we need men of passion and feeling, we get you. And the only feeling you have is indigestion. Well, it's no good talking to you. Give me the bonds that remain and cash for the balance.
Right, if that is how you feel.
The bonds are here?
Yes, in my briefcase in the desk.
Well?
Well, they are gone. But they were here only this afternoon. Well, someone has broken in. I've been robbed. But they were here, Louis, I swear it.
Bougrenet, you are playing a dangerous game.
Listen, I have money. $500,000 francs. Take it.
But that's only 100,000 United States dollars. Where's the rest?
But I will get it. I swear I will.
Hello?
Monsieur Jean Bougrenet, please.
Jean Bougrenet speaking.
This is Air France calling.
Air France.
Yes. Your flight number 308 to Buenos Aires from Orly has been delayed by 1 hour, monsieur.
Thank you. Buenos Aires?
Yes. I have to go on business.
Primo!
And after all Andre has done for Jean, he repays him by stealing.
Andre, are you sure Jean altered that check?
When I signed it, it was for 500.
And Jean changed it for 500,000.
That's why you took the briefcase.
Well, yes, I just assumed that the money was in it. He drew it in cash from the bank.
American bearer bonds. It's about $500,000 worth.
And where did Jean get them?
And how? And what did he intend to do with them?
Why don't we ask him?
If we can find him.
Meaning?
He does not answer his phone. I've tried a dozen times during the night, and again this morning.
He's gone somewhere. He must have.
You realize, of course, that Andre has committed a crime.
Andre was only taking what was rightfully his.
Well, it's still against the law to break into Jean's apartment and take something, even if Jean is his partner.
Simon, what should I do?
I think the first thing we should do is get these back to Jean's apartment before they're missed.
What do you suppose that's all about?
I'd say these bearer bonds are being missed.
Well, are we going in?
I am, you're not. You take the car, get back to my place and wait for me.
Madame, Andre Griot was his business partner, hmm?
And his friend too, Inspector. Oh, Monsieur Griot could not possibly have done this.
How long was he here?
He arrived a little before 6 o'clock, and he remained here after I leave.
You say he seemed agitated.
But not angry, Inspector. Oh, he did say how Monsieur Bougrenet had taken this 500,000 francs from the bank.
And he wanted it.
I do not know, Monsieur.
All right, Marie. For the moment, that is all. What are you doing here?
Inspector Kelsey, Sergeant Leduc. How nice to see you.
What are you doing here?
I just happened to be ambling by. I saw the police cars outside. On the chance that you might be in charge, I dropped in to renew our very pleasant friendship.
Just ambling by, monsieur.
Sergeant Leduc, there are thousands of amblers in Paris, and France is still a free country. I gather Monsieur Bougrenet is no longer with us.
Oh, you knew him, huh?
No. How was it done?
He was stabbed, monsieur.
And you suspect Andre Griot, huh?
How do you know?
I heard you questioning the maid.
This Griot, you know him, perhaps?
Yes, he's a very good friend.
There are fingerprints on the paper knife and on the glass, which do not match those of the deceased. If they belong to Andre Griot, we have a case.
Except for one small ingredient.
Which is?
The 500,000 francs in cash that Bougrenet had on him, up until the time of his death. Now, where is it?
This Griot must have it.
I hope for your sake you're right.
Now, look here, Templar. If you have any information about this case that you are holding back...
I always cooperate with the police, Inspector. Well, I only dropped in to say hello. Having said it, I'll say goodbye. Au revoir. Sergeant.
Sure.
Jean's dead?
Simon.
Stabbed with a paper knife.
I don't believe it.
It's true, all right? And you were prime suspect.
Huh?
Andre, you must go to the police at once. Explain everything.
And it better be good.
What do you mean?
You knew that Jean drew 500,000 francs from the company account. The bank teller will verify that. You were also the last person in Jean's apartment. The maid said you were pretty steamed up. You mentioned the 500,000 francs. She told Kersey you were agitated, but not angry. It's not much of a help.
I'll just have to take my chances, that's all.
Ordinarily, I'd agree.
What else can he do?
Innocent men can usually afford to tell the truth. But in this case, Andre, I think there's someone after you far more dangerous than Kersey.
Huh? Who?
Whoever followed me back here.
Why should anyone follow you?
To get the bearer bonds. Andre, you better stay here for a while.
Sooner or later they'll find me.
Well, the later, the better. Juliet, you come with me.
Where are we going?
I have a friend who may be able to answer a few questions. Wait here. I'll be about 10 minutes, okay?
Right.
My dear boy, it is like everything else you do. Impeccable.
Meaning?
The engraving, color, paper, ink, it's a masterpiece.
Melifon, believe it or not, I am not trying to pass these.
Oh, no, of course not.
I'm serious.
You expect me to believe that my favorite buccaneer has become respectable.
I'm sorry. These belong to a friend.
Then he is fortunate. Only an expert could tell these are forgeries.
You couldn't be mistaken.
Monsieur, in 60 years, I have made only one mistake.
Oh?
My husband.
Forgive my asking.
There's only one man in the world who could have done this.
Who?
A Pole named Ladek Yorevetsky. He was known as the master forger of Europe.
And you think these are his work?
No.
But you...
These bonds are dated January of this year. Yorevetsky was shot in Algiers 10 months ago.
Inspector, I've told you all I can. I went to Merlefond here to look at an engraving.
Which I thought he might want to buy.
A simple business meeting.
He gave you his word, did he not?
Madame, Monsieur Templar's word is not necessarily the last on any subject. Had you met this man before?
Nope.
Could you identify him?
Only if you can catch him.
Please be quiet, madame.
Young man, do not shout at me!
Madame, the point is...
The point is you arrest a man for defending himself against a thug. What is France coming to?
The destiny of France, madame, is not being helped by you.
Merlefond, I think it might be wiser if we were to cooperate.
Ah, you have changed. My disreputable buccaneer. Cooperate.
Yes, but in this case it would be better.
In this case, I go home. My cat is better company than this. You will not leave Paris without coming to see me for cognac.
I wouldn't dare.
This one needs a lesson in manners.
Open the door.
Thank you, young man. Garlic, good. At least you smell French. Good morning, gentlemen.
She could have won the French Revolution single-handed.
She looks like she did.
Well, Mr. Templar, you are free to go. I have an intuitive feeling that this attack this morning on you is somehow connected with the murder of Jean Bougrenet, but I can't hold you on intuition, can I?
You're right. You can't. I suppose you are convinced that Griot is guilty.
His partner embezzles $500,000 francs. So, Griot kills. It's a reasonable motive.
I think there's more to it than that. What do you know about Bougrenet?
Oh, very little. There's no police record. Came to Paris at the age of 18, born in Algiers.
Algiers?
Do you think that's significant?
Might be. These are troubled times.
You think it has some political implication, huh?
Possibly.
Look, why look for a hidden motive when we have an obvious one? Griot killed Bougrenet, and I intend to find him.
Good luck. She was right.
I have a deep suspicion Templar knows where Griot is. Suppose we find out,
So Templar still has the bonds?
Yes, there was a girl in a waiting car. He threw her the briefcase. When the gendarme arrived, I
ran.
Well, what did you expect?
What else could he do? He couldn't possibly risk being arrested.
Stupidity and clumsiness at every turn. You should never have trusted Bougrenet.
I had to find agents, quickly and quietly. If the police knew I was in Paris, they would comb every house. Bougrenet had many friends in Algeria. They assured me he was in sympathy with us.
It is the first job of a leader to choose men who are reliable.
Yurovetsky, Bougrenet is no longer a danger.
Bougrenet, no. But the bonds, yes. Let me tell you a few facts. I am not working for the glory of France or Algeria. I'm working for money.
That much we know.
To continue the struggle, you need men and guns and bullets, so I create for you these bonds. As fine a work as I have ever done. Surely you realize there are experts in Paris who would recognize my work.
You are safe enough.
You think this absurd story of my death protects me? Oh, the French police are not idiots.
Officially, you are dead. The police no longer look for you.
There are connoisseurs who can instantly name a picture as a Velasquez or a Rembrandt. And there are experts in forged bonds who can at once say, that is a so-and-so, that is a Yurovetsky. Those bonds fall into the wrong hands, and in 24 hours, there's a warrant out for my arrest.
Urevetsky, please. Please, let us not lose our tempers. We want this man Templar. Very well. We shall get him.
And you followed into a villa in St. Cloud?
Yes, and I got the exact address.
Good. Somehow this is all beginning to tie together. Algiers, olives, American bearer bonds, and Jean's murder. How often did he go to Algiers?
About 4 or 5 times a year.
For how long?
About a week or 10 days each trip.
You think it's possible he was a member of the OAS or FLN?
Well, it's not very likely.
Or did he ever discuss politics with you?
Jean and I never discussed anything. We were simply business partners, not intimate friends.
Well, suppose Jean was an agent. An anonymous Paris businessman who made frequent trips to Algiers. Supposing his job was to sell those bearer bonds.
Jean is an undercover agent.
Never. He wasn't the type.
Open up, Templar. I know you're in there.
I'm coming. You can get out the window of the bedroom.
Simon, it's no use. Let them arrest me. I've got nothing to hide. Huh?
Maybe you're right.
I was right. You led us to our man.
Are you André Griot?
Yes.
Oh, Templar, you not only knew him, but you sheltered him. You hid him from the law.
That's not true, Inspector. I was coming to the police this morning to give myself up.
He did not kill Jean, and he'll prove it.
I hope so, madam. You are under arrest, and as for you, Templar, you will be under the personal surveillance of Sergeant Leduc during the remainder of your stay in Paris. Stay with him. Don't let him out of your sight.
Very good, Monsieur l'Inspecteur.
Griot. Mademoiselle.
Andre, don't worry.
Thank you, Simon.
Well, Sergeant, it looks as though we're going to be stuck with each other, doesn't it?
Yes, monsieur, it does.
So, make things cozier all round if we were pleasant.
Agreed.
Juliet. Don't worry about Andre. He's innocent, and I'm going to prove it.
But how?
Tonight, we're going to do a little entertaining. And you, Sergeant, will be guest of honor.
I am very flattered.
I don't suppose you'd wear a costume?
I would not.
A costume?
Oh, yes. Isn't that what you usually wear at fancy dress parties? Oh, Mère Laurent, enjoying yourself?
Oh, lovely party.
Or drink up, I've another whole bottle of brandy just for you.
Dear boy.
You're kidding. Sergeant Leduc, you look bored.
I am, monsieur.
Oh, come on, this'll cheer you up a little.
Sure, I am on duty.
Sergeant, your duty is to watch me, and since I'm not going anywhere, why not enjoy yourself?
Thank you, monsieur. You are very hospitable.
You're more than welcome.
But you know, monsieur, I feel trop out of place not being in costume.
Well, tell everybody you came as a plainclothes detective.
Oh, Monsieur Templar, you are mocking me again, huh?
happens if Leduc speaks to me, huh?
You smile and move away. Quick.
I'm sorry Inspector Cassie can't be here to join the fun.
Tonight he is at home, monsieur.
Doing nothing?
What he would be doing, Monsieur Templar, I have no idea.
Annette. Allow me to introduce you to Sergeant Leduc. Sergeant Leduc, this is Annette.
Oh, this is the one that you tell me about.
Yes.
How do you do, mademoiselle?
Simon, he is gorgeous. Oh, I love him already.
Well, just take your time.
Oh, come, we dance.
Yes, you can dance in time for the music.
Mademoiselle, but Monsieur Templar, I can't. As long as I don't open my mouth.
Oh, you look great.
Is somebody looking after Leduc?
Annette.
Heaven help the man.
Think you can come for me?
Mr. Templar, for André and Juliet, I would impersonate President Eagle.
Oh, do you not like him dancing, mon baby?
Yes, but mademoiselle, not now.
Oh, you two see that Leduc gets plenty of champagne. Hmm?
Are you in there? Coming in. I'm sorry.
Oh, you see, that is what I mean. Hurry up, Simon.
Nice thinking. I'm off.
Good luck.
Thanks.
And don't worry.
That I can't promise.
Okay, come on. Come on. Monsieur Templar, I must apologize. I did not mean to intrude.
Of course we forgive you, don't we, Simon? Oh, you are Annette, some poor, sweet little baby.
Perhaps your other agents are traitors, too.
Brevetsky, for the last time, Jean Bougrenet was our only mistake. And Prévost and I took care of him. So, with the payment received from Rome yesterday, that makes $1,007,000 United States dollars.
Plus Bougrenet's $500,000 francs.
Yes, that is extra.
And you must deduct the amount of the missing bonds. $1 million. And we can't afford cigars.
There's a new box on the table in the hall.
Thanks. Now, let us get back to Templar.
Templar will be stopped.
He had better be. If those bonds fall into the wrong hands...
Orevetsky, everything is taken care of.
You'll hear even better inside. Monsieur Templar has made our job much easier by coming here of his own accord.
Well, Mr. Templar, good evening.
Good evening. Why don't you call me Simon? Treat me as one of the family.
Shall I?
Now, wait. Let us hear what he has to say.
We're busy tonight. Ladek Yurovetsky, formerly of Warsaw and subsequently of various other places.
Quintana. We must get rid of him.
You know, Ladek, old boy, I don't think Scotland Yard or the Sûreté really believe that story of yours about being knocked up in Algiers.
Give me the gun. I'm not afraid to shoot if necessary.
Before there's any shooting, don't you think we should discuss the subject of bearer bonds?
Where are they?
In a very safe place. You know, Major Quintana, I know nearly as much about this racket as you do.
Louis, are you going to let him talk?
Shut up. Go on, please.
Well, you employed Ladek here as a forger. Then, on one of his many trips to Algiers, you met Jean Bougrenet. You made him a proposition. Well, Bougrenet wasn't quite the idealist you thought. Am I right?
Those are the essential facts, yes?
Here am I, faced with 2 murderers and a master forger. The question is, what do I do about it?
I'm afraid you have no choice.
None.
Ah, but I have. Now, you can go ahead and use the artillery if you want to. And at this range, with any luck, you'll probably hit me. But it'll be a pity.
Why?
Because I have some friends who are expecting me back at midnight.
And if you are not?
Well, they have this address. They also have the bonds. Armed with these bits of information, they will go to Inspector Quercy of the Paris police.
That is the oldest bluff in the world.
True. But you must admit I do hold most of the high cards. Now, the point is, do you want to play the game or not?
What is your proposition?
I get Bougrenet's 500,000 francs. You get the bonds.
Huh. And just how is this transaction to take place?
I make a phone call.
To whom?
To Andre Grillo's sister. She has the bonds.
She will bring them here?
Within 20 minutes. However, gentlemen, there are 2 conditions.
And what are they?
First, you and Prévost sign a statement clearing Andre Grillo of Bougrenet's murder.
You're not serious.
You will agree to make no use of this statement until we are out of the country?
Sounds fair enough.
And the second condition?
You give me a word of honor that Juliette Grillo and I leave this house unharmed.
Ah. Well, gentlemen, as Mr. Templar says, he holds all the cards. We shall leave for Algiers tonight.
I'm warning you, Templar. Just one wrong word.
You have the gun.
One word.
Juliet, it's me, Simon. Oh, I'm fine now. You just listen.
Templar, are you drunk?
I'm with Major Quintana right now. He's ready to talk business.
What in blazes are you talking about?
I said we would forget about Yurovetsky being alive and about those forged American bonds and about he and Prévost killing Bougrenet. Yes, he'll hand over the money if you bring the bonds.
Templar, are you telling me you want police help?
Yes, that's right, darling. As quickly as possible.
I suppose they have a gun on you?
Yes.
Where do you want me to come?
Well, you were quite right about the address. It was 78 Rue de Liège, Saint-Cloud. It's the large villa on the right, the one with the stone pillars. Yes, darling, be as quick as you can. Bye.
Well?
She'll be here in 20 minutes. Just gives us time to draw up the statement.
You are a perfect host. What is your secret?
Oh! terribly sorry.
C'est all right, mademoiselle.
Oh, my
Pas coup de bon aussi. Merci.
Thank you, Major. That should clear Andre nicely. That's Juliet, right on time.
Let her in.
2 men for 1 frail girl.
It had better be just one frail girl.
What's the matter, Quintana? Don't you trust me?
No.
It's mutual.
Pour disorderly conduct.
Oh, with you? Disorderly conduct is impossible.
Templar! 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 Templar, you have been avoiding me all evening. Why?
Sergeant, you have a very suspicious nature. Well, there must be some champagne left. Shall we go and get some? Inspector Kelsey, what a pleasant surprise.
Templar, I'm arresting you for burglary, demanding money with threats, assault, and theft.
What?
Templar, you know quite well I have just come from Quintana's house. He and Provost left a signed statement confessing to the murder of Bourgogne and...
Oh, my congratulations, Inspector. That's absolutely wonderful news.
Odovetsky was caught in possession of the forged bonds.
Better and better.
Templar, I am in no mood for joking. You were there tonight. You telephoned me from Quintana's house.
I telephone? Now, Inspector, telephone's a funny thing. Someone must have imitated my voice.
Are you denying that you...
Inspector, I have been here all evening. Or why don't you ask your sergeant? He's been watching me like a flea under a microscope.
Is this true, Sergeant?
Yes, Inspector. He has been here all evening.
Well, I ask my friends.
Yeah. Inspector, my brother.
He will be released in an hour.
Inspector, how about some champagne? You've solved a murder. You've caught Europe's master forger. Now let's celebrate.